Good afternoon, this is Zachary from Zachary Sweeps. I'm doing a Jotul wood burning stove. These are fantastic appliances. They're great. All the bits come out, but the problem is with these ones, they've got these baffle plates, and they are a nightmare to get out. And what happens is like they've got these. They can come out, but they're really hard work. So what it is that they're actually got like bolts on the side up here. This particular one has. So what happens is that the bolts expand, and of course if you try and unscrew, what's happened with this one, it's been screwed up too tightly. So what will happen is if you try to undo them, they'll snap, and then that'll mean the whole thing will have to be replaced. The great thing is with this one, I can get my hand right the way inside here. So that's fine. I can get my brush up through there if I wanted to and sweep it up. But as you can see, the old customers made me a nice cup of tea, which was very lovely. So thank you very much for that. But what I can do is I can stick my brush straight through here if I wanted to. Obviously one of these types of brushes, rods with the angle on, which will go straight up in there. But it's a bit tricky, and you've got to be well experienced for that. So what I'm going to do, this is the reason why certain wood burners really need the inspection hatches on. This one's got an inspection hatch up here, and what we've got to do is, as you can see, it needs to be undone. I'm just going to put you on pause for 1 second while I go and get. Right, I'm back. Just had to get a Phillips screwdriver, which is a crosshead screwdriver, if you don't know what a Phillips is. And just going to put that in there, hopefully. I'm blind as a bat. And then what you do is you just undo them. Like that. Put this lid handle back on, which would help. And then you just literally unscrew it here. This is the whole point of having an inspection hatch on the pipe. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure you undo it properly, because what you don't want to do is end up scratching the pipe, because it will just drop down. Just unscrew it. Obviously don't unscrew it off, because sometimes they won't come back down. So yeah, just literally just drop it down slowly, because you don't want to mark this, because the customer won't be too happy if there's loads of marks on it. There you go, you can see the inspection hatch. What I always do is I shut the door like that on these, because you don't want stuff going everywhere. And put the hoover on, and what we're going to do, I'm doing it this way round, so you have to excuse me, you're going to see me a bit more. So you're on, by the way. But yeah, basically what we do, the old faithful, stick that up there. What I like to do sometimes is I like to get the nice sheet, do it the other way around first, and just take that out. What I tend to do is I get a sheet and I just pack it in there. Like that. Like that. And that way, obviously leave a little bit outside just in case it does drop down, it shouldn't do. Leave it like that. And obviously you don't want too much going in there, and then put the brush up there like that. And then get the hoover. Get the old nozzle. Move the old faithful out of the way. And just stick that up there. Like that. And then we'll see what it's like. Down there. I think you might have to move try and move it, keep it out of your way, so you can see what I'm doing. A bit more of a challenge on this one, but that's what we want. We don't want just the normal ones, do we? The challenging ones are the ones which are more educational, aren't they, really, than we could. But sometimes what I do as well is I might do is get my art brush and I'll just stick that, bend that right down. And like that. And that way it looks like a bird. But the great thing about it is it's amazing what you can have floating around, and then I can go up. I don't think it's going to stay up there. And then I can go up. I mean, you don't have to do it this way, but I'm doing it this way because I don't want any of the soot to come out of my face. So I could go to the van and get another cover. But it's pouring down with rain outside, so I'm just going to go up like that. Just keep going up. So this is one of the only appliances that you really need an inspection hatch. It makes the job so much easier. I can get my brush in there in a minute, tidy it up. And as I said, it's always a good idea to just put like something blocking it. You're not going to block it totally. You are going to get bits dropping down, but if you can imagine, if you didn't put anything there, you're going to have loads of bits dropping down. And the only reason why I've got my brush there is basically, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick this on the side as well. Because I'm just a bit paranoid that pops out. I don't want it marking the stove. But that's just there to stop any bits coming down. It's very clean. So these jobs, I do them every year. I give the customer a discount because they do it with the neighbours. There's 3 of them that do them together. The other one's an open fire, so I've noticed that people aren't really interested in the open fire, so I'm just going to be sticking with the stove. So I'll do a video on that one. I'm going to do that one next. And, but as I say, what my plan is I'm going to do different stoves, different makes of stoves. So on my YouTube channel there'll be a list of all different stoves and how the baffle plates come out, you know, all these sort of things. You know, as I said, you can take the baffle plate out of these, but they're very heavy. And as you can see, I'm on the red one, so we know we're nearly at the top. And because next door is the same height, we know that this is going to be the last one, which it is. And so just leave that for a few seconds. It's always a good idea to leave it for a few seconds just to let everything sort of like get going. And then we'll bring it down, and what's going to happen is that brush is going to pop out now. Shadow now. And then we'll just bring it down. I do service all these, quite a lot of them. I think they're American. I've got like I'm doing a job at a big manor house next month, and I've installed 3 of these in the manor house, plus a stove X as well, and I've done a huge damper plate in the ring corner, which I will be doing a video on that because it's great. It's to stop the draft. That's why they wanted it. You can imagine it's a really old property. It's about as wide as this, their ingle, and they wanted a plate made where they could close it down when they're not using it. But what I did was I made one that you could use it as a damper plate as well. So like so I've done it with chains with a hook on the side. So you drop it down, and when the fire's going, you can close it down a bit more, and then of course it keeps more heat in the room. Then obviously when you're not using it, you can close it off totally. I I'm doing that next month as well, so absolute stunning property, but obviously I won't be able to show you the property, just the fireplaces, but the main one in the grand hall is just stunning as well, so you'll like that very much. Well, I hope you do. Right, just going to take that brush out. Because you can guarantee if I hadn't left this sheet here, that would have fallen out. What I tend to do now is I'm going to put that to the side here. As you can see, it's the right size. It was really dirty up here. As I said, I come to this house every year and I have no idea how many years I've been coming here for now. And then, as I said, just putting your sheet in there, you know, you get to clean most of it, and as you can hear, there's not much up there. Put my hand around, make sure the brush has cleaned it, which it has. All my main concern is I don't want to end up dropping down. So just nothing up here at all. Great thing is, because it's dropped down, that's why I always leave a little bit of it hanging out. Normally what I would do is I've got like a little bit of foam in the back of the van. So obviously I went and got my Phillips screwdriver, which is a crosshead screwdriver. And I forgot to pick it up, and I just thought, oh, I'll do it this way, I don't need the sheet. And then just do that, and then just do it that way. I mean, the great thing is just cleaning the pipe at the same time. All these little tricks of the trade that I'm sharing with my audience. If you heard that, like that was me just banging my head on the beam. Part of the job, or perk of the job, or whatever you want to call it. So what we do now is I'm going to just close that inspection hatch. What I'm going to do is just stick my brush down. What you can do is because obviously using flexible brushes, push it down. Make sure it's clear. I like using my hand as well. You know, you can know it's the right size as well. I can use the bigger brush if I want to, but absolutely no point because it just squashes it. In fact, I've got about probably 8 different sizes. What I'm going to do is drop this down here. What I do is, when you can gauge it, how far you've got to go down, obviously, so then I know that I'm actually on it. As you can hear, there's just absolutely nothing. I knew there wouldn't be. Ooh, got a little bit there. These are great, these little hoovers. Absolutely amazing. I mean, obviously they don't do all the jobs. All I do is just finish this bit off. Oh, what did I do with that screwdriver? Or should I say Phillips? This is one of them DeWalt ones. And You can have a flat head or cross head on it. Why don't I just put that up? I'm going mad. Didn't see me suck up the hoover, did you? Let's have a look down here. What the hell? Oh, weird. That's strange. It must be around somewhere. Ah, here it is. There we go. Remember what I was saying? When you do these, just do them slowly as you bring it back up. And always look as well. And then the great thing about them is that you can know exactly where they go. You can see where the mark is coming up a little bit. So if you need to adjust it, you can adjust it with your hand. But as I said, never take them off fully. Never take them off fully. Okay. I did that. There's like rookie mistakes like this. Rookie mistakes like this. Taking them off fully. And then just look round, make sure you got it all in the right position. A lot of these pipes, well, they don't spray behind these inspection hatches, which is great. So you end up with you can tell exactly where it goes. As it tight as it can. Make sure it don't move anywhere, which doesn't. There you go. A bit of water like that. There's a bit of water's coming now. So go just a tad higher. This is where the OCD kicks in. That's a tad higher. Just a little bit. We'll see. But then when you look at that bit down there, oh, it's actually helped me apply. No. And this on that. Yeah, it is. Oh, that's alright. There's actually a mark on this. It's not this. I thought there was a gap there, but it isn't. It's actually on here, on this, the inspection hatch door. As I said, do it tight as you go. And they won't move. Right, next thing I want to do is get my brush and the hoover. Get that in there. We're lucky with this, to be fair. There's no sap here at all. When I service one of these, I will video it as well. This big manor house that I do in Linfield. It's nice service that. The great thing about this is I can get it all out. You can just push this along here. There's a little bit up there. these ones aren't multi-fuel, they're just wood burners. The lids come off. You can unbolt the lids as well. As I said, I think they're American. I might be wrong. I'm sure when I fitted quite a few of these, to be fair. That's how I know that how they operate. That's why, as I said, like sometimes it's a real godsend. Having the old inspection hatch, and you can get in there and then you can check. I'm just going to grab my torch. Make sure everything's looking all in order. We don't want to leave anything up there. Good. Done. So that's why there's an inspection hatch on these ones, and they're very useful because you can hoover the top of it, and you can take it all apart, but it's a lot bigger of a job to do. And as I said, I do it every year. So what I do is I take them apart every couple of years, just have a look inside, make sure everything looks all fine, but there's hardly anything up there at all. It just really wouldn't be worth it. Plus, you know, as I said, I like to keep the prices down to a minimum. You've got an ash pan just underneath it, which is great. It's just here. You can literally see, like, they haven't used it at all. Put that there. What you've got to be careful with these as well is they've got air vents inside here. Have a look. Make sure everything's clear. That's lovely. This handle comes off here. I'm not going to take it off, but it comes off because you can use it for other bits. And as I said, these got, in fact this hasn't got air vents on the, some of them have got air vents up here, so we've got them at the back. And I was just like looking at it thinking, there is an air vent in there. So what happens is when the smoke goes up, goes around then that baffle plate, and then it goes around and it goes up. So, but it's looking all fine, no problems, no issues at all. Anyway, yeah, as I said, you can take all the bits out, but they weigh a ton, and you can. That's why that inspection hatch has been put up there to make the job a lot easier. There is these like brackets that they do bend round. But as I said, I've been doing this one for a long time now, and they've been tied up too tight. And what's happened is if you try and twist them around, they will snap off. They might not, but there's a big chance that they will. So it's, to be fair, unless the woman has an issue with it, it's not worth messing about with. They're quite expensive. I think they're about between £1,300 and £1,500 to buy. I think that's how much it costs from when I installed them free at that property I'll be doing next month, which I'm going to show you. And so yeah, it's just not worth doing. If you can get your hand in there and you can get the hoover in there, as I said, you could drop the hoover down inside, you can measure it and everything like that. Sometimes it's better to do it that way. I mean, these come off as well. You can lift these parts off, so I tend not to because I don't like them being loose, because I mean, it's all right at the moment. There's a guy here doing all the damp, so I don't even have to put the sheets down or anything. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. I hope you've learned something from today's video as well. Have a great day from Zachary Sweeps.